of the bisexual celebrities are all of the bisexual celebrities are settling down with men. This comes on the tails of us talking about JoJo Siwa, who left her girlfriend and decided that actually she is not lesbian, but she's queer, and now she's dating a guy, Chris, who she met on Big Brother. And of course, Demi Lovato, who we talked about last week, who just got married to a man after years of being a she, they, and singing to aliens, whatever she was doing. Just last week, photos of Billie Eilish kissing Nat Wolff, who is a man, broke the internet. This was from a pop culture account on X, and they said Billie Eilish and Nat Wolff were seen while sharing a kiss. And guys, considering the fact that last summer Billie Eilish released a song about eating a girl for lunch, I would say that her fans were a bit flabbergasted. Another singer, Fletcher, announced that she has fallen in love with a boy. Dun-dun-dun! The horror! Can you believe that all of this is happening in Pride Month? The audacity! It is the fact that they all identify as queer or bisexual, not lesbian.
This should be a...
The horror! Can you believe that all of this is happening in Pride Month? The audacity! It is the fact that they all identify as queer or bisexual, not lesbian.
This should...
That's how it goes. Because men are hunters, and the car is the bait. And a woman comes and says, ooh, nice Porsche. Gotcha, bitch!
And now is the time of the gray. Things are changing so rapidly. It's sort of like men have been saying, winter's coming. I know. I know.
You with the guy, right?
Why don't black women just date the good guys or the black nerds? I had a man ask me this in my last video, and I really want to address this. The consistent thing that I find in the good guys or the black nerds is that y'all will jump over the elephant in the fucking room and basically give like a tantrum on why nobody's picking you, and you disregard everything, all the factors that have led to you not being able to find a partner. And I want to tell you, it is not black women's fault. Your brothers are literally traumatizing these black women so much so they have walked away and given up on companionship. And even with you asking me this question, there were thousands of black girls, black women.
So I'm going to give my overview at the end. But why were these black women picking our brothers, right, and not picking the nerdy guys to begin with? Maybe if they done that, they wouldn't have all the trauma they have.
Are all those men nerdy really, or are they just nice to you and you're not used to niceness? You're actually used to someone, not giving a fuck about you, and it turns you on. And you get older and say, what the fuck was I thinking? Why don't I like nice pen that, oh yeah. And then you be like, oh yeah, they were not in high school anymore, and he's not, he figured himself out. So, I understand, know what you mean. A lot of men, even myself, complain about certain things because we all do that as human beings, you know? And it's really good to be able to see yourself complaining sometimes because then you can reflect on it and then change and do the work. So I understand that.
Comment section that were pouring their hearts out, saying exactly how they've gotten to this point where they just do not trust themselves and they do not trust dating at all anymore. And you made it about yourself. It's very insulting because y'all weaponize being a good guy or an intelligent black man instead of just trying to make that a standard for yourself and for the rest of your community.
That's always been the standard. We don't have to make it the standard. Women stop choosing men that do that. And you made the men that don't do those things the standard. And now we sat back and said, well, about 20 years from now, she's going to regret this because, like, that Bible said this was going on about, like, forever. And I don't think she's paying attention to what Eve did wrong. I'm sure she thought Adam was lame compared to smooth singing jive fucking turkey all the bars in the world, and he's a fucking beautiful long dick style Satan. I'm sure she really compared to Adam. I'm sure she was like, man, I ain't listen to that corny ass nigga, you ain't as smart as Satan. You don't look as good as him. He said I'm gonna be his queen and I'm gonna be a god like him. Fuck you, little nigga. And then we shared in your fucking punishment. Like, stop it. Like, use. But I understand. We dropped the ball. You know? And that's what the Bible teaches us. We dropped the ball and don't blame Eve for our mistakes and learn to work on it. So, even the Lord says what you're saying on that level. So I can't disagree with you. But
The best advice I can give you as a black woman is
It's very difficult to create standards when you don't have kids, which most black men don't have kids, and the men who do have kids don't live with their women. Oftentimes, these women are raising the child by themselves.
so then who controls the standard then? Oh, women control sex and men control marriage. So if women gave sex to men that wanted to be married, most of these problems wouldn't happen. But you don't like those men, which you don't have to. They're lame or they're whatever. But you can't kind of like you gotta weigh it. You can't. Do you? Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, you do want everything. Eve wanted to be God, which would make her have possession of everything.
So it's very difficult for men to influence or to have influence in the black community.
that if you want to date a black woman specifically, you're going to have to be gentle and you're going to have to be patient.
The thing that you consider lame and not exciting, and when Captain Thuggo comes along with excitement, you're already used to being excited. So, I'm in the corner playing the good guy role, and then he swindles you out of your vajayjay again. And then I look like a fucking idiot. And then you get to wave in my face. You're not my man, so, why are you mad? But if I sleep with a woman, you'll be like, yo, we've been talking for 6 months. What are you doing? You know what I mean? Yous be goofing off. But I understand we both have a ways to go.
These women have been programmed since conception to be around a toxic, undeserving, disrespectful, deceptive man.
Yes. I'm glad one of you can understand that. And that's why we continue to try to have patience. But, just like you went through certain things and, we went through certain things, the coming back together process is going to mean a lot of people get left behind. Well, women. Well, men too, because if they don't do the work that, they can't pick. So it won't matter. Well, now it will, because once once they're on the street and shit, those women will pretend to love those men, like the olden days. People that actually want love and shit, you don't realize this is a very rare time where you can actually pick a motherfucker you're in love with. When this shit gets real bad and people are fucking starving on these streets, it's going back to not knowing again if someone loves you, especially for men.
And they've been raised around these men. This is 20, 30, 40, 50 and above year old programming in these women of being around a toxic man.
50-year programming. Let me refresh your memory.
You said that your people have been fighting for 400 years.
And your people too.
So I just want you to explain what you mean by that.
You know what I'm talking about. Y'all all know what I'm talking about, man. Don't sit up here and try to bait and not know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what the I talk about when I say these things. Your people too.
Explain it. Not everybody knows what you're talking about.
Radio Raheem, I don't have to explain
Willie Lynch letters.
what's understood, man. You know what I mean by that. You know what I say by that.
Do you know what we mean by that? By saying one name and one name. Willie Lynch, Radio Raheem. Do you understand the code word, what that means? No. That means you gotta go look up the fucking movie with Radio Raheem in it, and then you have to look up Willie Lynch, and then you'll know what we mean by that. You know how you do that?
You gotta go further. And if anybody don't understand that, then God be with them. Go look up the history. Go look up the history. Don't everybody believe in Google?
You don't believe in God, but you do believe in Google. Now go fucking use it and go look those things up, and then you'll know what we're talking about.
Go Google that. See what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about, man. You know what. I dare you to sit up there and say, explain. You know what I'm talking about, man. It's fighting people. You know we've been fighting 400 and still fighting to this day. To this day. To this day.
If you read the Willie Lynch letters, it said what we're gonna do to their head is gonna last forever unless they figure it out and change it. That's it. You have to figure out you got fucked up, and then you have to figure out how to go back to being regular again. That would mean yous are gonna fuck each other up so bad that even if you figure it out, you're gonna be like, you made mistakes and I made mistakes and fuck, but I love you and I have to accept it. And I have to just Jesus Christ forgive you. And you have to Jesus Christ forgive me. And that's the only way back. That's the only way back. Do you really love like Jesus? Do you really believe in forgiveness, black woman? Are you ready to accept your man for all their faults? Through their ups and downs? Like the fucking marriage vows and shit?
Of seeing in the media only struggle love and only these toxic men.
That's because me and you are supposed to get together, create YouTube channels and raps and promote this shit because no one else is gonna do it. Of those other people that we see that are toxic, they get paid to do that. So no one's gonna step up and make us look good You and me have to love our brothers and sisters so much that we bite the bullet, get with each other, and then show them how to do this, son. But we ain't Jay-Z and Beyonce. We gotta show them that we can love each other on no matter what level we're on. And so the others that are on, the high level, like J and B, well, they're following their footsteps and shit, We gotta get the other ones to gain morals and want to stay the fucking together and not want to be Beyonce and Jay-Z. They could want to be us, the regulars, But you don't want regular.
The media has told them that you don't exist.
Yeah, I know. And I need you to help me prove that we exist. It doesn't work if it's just you talking what you're talking, because you're not telling, you're not lying. I'm saying the same thing. The one thing we can't get through our fucking heads is we gotta actually prove this shit. The time of talking's over. You gotta do things.
I also advise you to really clean up on your presentation skills, clean up on your appearance. With the black guy,
I'm trying. I got very little money, but I sacrifice eating just so I could be presentable for you. I've studied for fucking years on how to actually talk. When I'm on here, I show some of it, but I be so angry because I gotta deal with real topics. But you could check out many of my videos where the highly intelligent me is out there looking sharp than a motherfucker. There's no one that's gonna tell me I don't look sharp. No one's gonna tell me that the way I'm giving my lesson is not good. It may not be perfect, but the shit is on point. I show high intelligence of what I'm talking about. I use intelligent words to the basic words so my brothers that don't understand those words can understand the meaning of the lesson. So you right, because I constantly tell that's all I teach my wolves and my ninjas. Yo, dog, if you want a girl, first of all, they don't like dusty looking niggas. I don't care if you're a modest woman on the bottom to the top. No woman wants a man walking around with a fucking hoodie on. You gotta learn how to dress. You gotta learn how to fucking absorb the power of what looking good does to your woman. It makes her fucking feel happy. Just like when you see her dress up, you get happy. Well, they want you to do that back, my nigga.
with the black good guy nerd category, if you will, a lot of y'all, again, you weaponize your intelligence and you weaponize this personality trait of being a good guy, and you disregard every other aspect about yourself.
Yes, I seen that many times, and many of the brothers, even myself to this day, and that's why my Lord said, you gonna step out there because you analyze everybody, you judge everybody, and you judge yourself, and you listen to what the women say, the good ones, not just the bad ones. You'll listen to the women that actually are putting in work, and you're saying this real shit. So on my channel, I take accountability all the time. And I look at my faults, and I always come to the conclusion of they fucked us up on purpose, so we would be like, oh, they got problems with this and this. We have to learn to come together and accept each other and work on these things regardless, But time's running out. You're getting older. I'm getting older. You're gonna not be able to have kids. There's only so many good of you, and there's only so many good of us. So we gotta start really understanding this shit and stop waiting around for other people to fucking make it happen. We can see each other now. That's why I'm making this video, because you're gonna say everything I say to the women, and you're gonna say it to the men, and you're giving points so we can get together. And I'm not gonna say you're wrong about any of this. Well, unless I feel like you're wrong, but who the fuck am I to say? You gotta pick what you want, and I think you're a beautiful woman. I don't like the hair weave, but I don't give a fuck. I'm sure you don't like the way I talk or a certain way I dress, but I'm willing to let that go because of the way your heart is. The way you're talking right now is so way better than dealing with the fucking harlots, you know?
You've looked the same since middle school. Clean it up.
See, fellas, see, I told you. Why you think I got the monkey suit? Why you think I still keep the young look or whatever? And I try to tell y'all, because just like you, I still like it a little bit. But for me, it's a disguise. I can get younger people to fucking think I'm young because I look young. So then, you know, I speak that wisdom to them, and they'll listen because I look like one of them and I sound like one of them. You know what I'm saying, homie? You know what I'm saying, little nigga? We about to, you know what I mean? They love that shit. They'll listen to the Lord's messages all the time. If I come to them with intelligent, I'm a grown man in my suit talk, they'll be like, yo, dog, I'm not you, dog. I ain't come from the, like, I came from the hood. You all good, you rich. I had a young man tell me I'm rich because of the way I was dressed. He said, yo, bro, you look sharp as hell, bro. I like that outfit you put together right there with that suit, like in that coat. I said, yeah? I said, let me ask you a question, young man. How much money you think I make? He said, yo, bro, you look like you make a lot of money. Like, you dress well together. Like, the way you stand there, I was listening to you talking, making that video. Like, you sound educated and you seem like a rich guy. I said, you see this shitty-ass building that I'm right next to? He said, yeah. I said, I live there. I sweep the floor for a living. He said, you're the flyest regular job-ass nigga I ever seen in my life. I said, good. Now, if you can start working at a whack-ass job like that early, you're going to get better jobs. And if you save your money, you'll be driving fancy fucking cars and you'll be impressing other broke people like you're rich when you get older. And you won't have to, you know, you can do that shit early. You'll be stunting and you'll actually have money, though, because you saved it and shit. You could be better than me. You are better than me already.
Clean up your vocabulary. Really get to know a woman and try to woo her.
It's hard. Like, maybe because I'm not looking in the right places, like Kevin Samuels said, you know. Everything he said, I always reverse it on the men. He always said, if you ain't finding these women, it's because you ain't going to the right places, bro. You got to stop going to wherever. Good women goes to certain places, and it's not the bar, it's not the club, it's, you know. You better start going to them supermarkets and shit. You better start going to the gym. You better start going to places where good women will go do things. And that's what made me understand. Oh, so that's why the Lord said, you work on them laws and shit, because he tells you to take care of your body. He tells you to educate yourself. And, you know, if we're doing those things and we go out to those places, you'll see people like that. So I blame myself for not going to those places yet. But it's because I'm still working on it. You know, I'm trying, you know, I'm doing my teaching thing, my GMBs, and I'm still getting my shit together, and, you know what I mean? I can't be coming to, well, maybe I could, because you'll be a decent woman. But, you know, I feel like I need to get a little more shit straight in my life before I meet this type of wife woman. You know what I mean? I want to make sure most of my P's and Q's on certain levels are, you know, all those dots and lines are X'd out and ready to go. Now, everything, hey, she's not going to have everything, and I won't care. As long as she has the foundation of, you know, the shit you're talking about. That's why I love that you're saying this. That's why when I be barking at women on my channel, and I probably be, like you said, I do be grimy. I be mad and angry, but it's because I want yous to win. And all you can't win, you know, with one man or whatever. So I try to be harsh because it works for some of yous. It really does. And I've been told a couple times, like, thank you for my harsh videos, because I don't know, it worked for them. So, you know, I'm gonna work on that, though, because I'm yin and yang, you know what I mean? I see the power of both. The Bible said, you don't tell people their sins and judge them accordingly. And then it also said, speak aloud and spare not their feelings when you're telling them of their sins. So I understand that I need to learn how to yin and yang. I gotta find the women that they may be messing up or made mistakes, and you get the benefit of the doubts and talk nice to. But the ones that are on that hard-headed, you're getting full throttle Vegeta ego breaker. So I could wake you up. It took a long time to master this, though. My father's only started training me just recently, you know? And it's hard. It's really hard. But you're right. We gotta really start fucking working on these things, because our women deserve these things. Our women deserve men that can speak. You might not be the richest man in the world, but at least you can speak fucking more than 4-letter words. You can dress up and go to a dinner for real. Not just some weak shit. No. Somewhere where you really gotta put money on. You can learn how to save and manage your money, so although you're not fucking in the wealth class, you can take a vacation. Because you know how to fucking work money, and you know how to fucking stop buying beers and drugs and fucking wasting your money on goofy shit. You realize that those things are for your family, so you can do family shit. And what the fuck do you want more? Well, some of us want family more than we want those other things. We learned our fucking lesson. You know? Some of us learned, just like some of yous learned. Now we gotta figure out how to make all this shit work.
The same advice that I have for the women, I have for the men. You need to find an advisor. You need to find a coach. You need to find a mentor that you admire, that has a lifestyle that you would like to acquire.
Captain Samuels and many other men were mine, and myself and the Lord. And as I learned off these people, you know, unfortunately, they die. You know, they're gone. So all we have is videos, and as a man grows and learns to be a student, you begin to learn how to teach yourself anyway. So we gotta play yin and yang. We gotta learn the information, then you gotta do the information, and then you teach yourself the information by repeating it over and over, by doing the things. So I agree with you on that. And it would be easy if y'all helped, though. You know what I'm saying? We can like be like coming together, and we would like don't even gotta get together. Like, some of the good women that teach women or teach men and women, like you were saying about you, I do the same thing. I throw blame everywhere. I throw blame on all of us. But I do what nobody else does, because I go by the law and the Bible. And the Lord said, you're the head, Adam. I gave you the earth. Everything's your fucking fault. It's always on you. I don't care. I don't care you fucking got swindled. I don't care you're not smart enough to know what's going on. When I fucking judge you, see, them women gonna judge you and say it's our fault equally. The world's gonna say it's our fault. The Lord's gonna look at Adam, all the Adams, and say, you know it's your fault. I put you in charge. It's your fault. You didn't do nothing. You didn't follow the law. You didn't call me. It's your fault. So, you know, unlike, you know, all majority of men, I take the blame of everything that happened to my woman. I'll take all the blame for you. I lost first I disrespected the Lord, which started the curses, and then, you know, he sent the undefeatable army to crack my fucking head open and get destroyed in front of you, which would automatically make you want to survive and not die. So you would listen to them, and then when you didn't realize that was the beginning of the trick, and then they started doing these weird shit to you, you know, savagery and shit, it would therefore break your mind. And in the future, when they let me go and you go, you're gonna have resentment and hate for me and not even know why. And then they're gonna make movies and music and all these things to reinforce these things in your fucking head, and then make me go away from you thinking I'm a gangster and a bitch saying shit but holds tricks and do, right? And we all fell for these things. But it's not your fault. It's my fault. It's our forefathers' fault. It's Adam's fault. And it's time to break the curse by first, men, you gotta take the fucking blame, pussy ass niggas. Stop fucking, it's their fault. That's not what God said. God said it's your fault, nigga, and that's why your ass is going down there with them. So you can learn the lesson. You know, men don't learn the lesson and confess to God. You're right. I really am the ruler of this, and I was so stupid not to listen to you. I don't rule anything anymore because you gave me the keys, and I said I'm going to do what I want to do. So you know, I'll take that L. I'll take it on the chin.
Type of woman you would like to acquire, so you know what little kinks and tweaks you can make into presenting yourself to these women so that they find you attractive.
The only part of what she said that I really...
Nah, shut up. I'm not gonna let you ruin her message. On to the next person speaking. Because you probably might have said something good there, brother, but she said nothing but good things, and I agree 100% with all of that. So you might say something that I don't know because this is all live, and I don't want you ruining her message because she was on fucking point to me, at least. If she's wrong, I don't care. In my world, she's right. She's just telling our men, yo, bro, look, you're the most copied nigga in the world. You better start copying yourself, you know? Swag up, nigga. You don't have to be corny forever. You don't need to be super gangster and aggressive. Swag the fuck up, though. Stop stunting like you ain't invent this shit. Stop stunting like the ugly duckling thing's not a real thing. Stop. If you learned how to get that job and you learned how to do all those things, you can learn to be cool. You can learn to dress well. You can do these. There's no excuse. Oh yeah, that's what Kevin Samuels said to the women. You can lose weight. Nobody want to hear that goofy shit. You can learn to hold your tongue. You don't actually have to agree with the man or like everything. But you can learn to hold your fucking tongue at least. You can learn not to give an attitude at least. You can still be mad, walk away, curse me out, blah, 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 blah. Just do that shit in the other room, though. I don't want to hear that shit right now. I gotta fucking deal with what I gotta deal with. And I don't want our triggers to trigger our traumas. And then we go, no. We gotta start working from the ground up. Grassroots Malcolm X and Martin Luther King shit. But no marching, no preaching. No, we gotta go and do this shit to each other. We gotta repair a house. That's it. Oh shit, sound the horns. My daddy in the building.
I read it. Sophie Rain says Bonnie Blue is single-handedly ruining OnlyFans for everyone. It's no longer... What on God's mighty earth am I reading? Sophie Rain says Bonnie Blue is single-handedly ruining OnlyFans for everyone. It's no longer about women's...
What?
It's no longer about women's what?
Empowerment.
Yo, bro. When?
Before he even goes on his rant, when was OnlyFans about women's empowerment? I mean, I don't know. And I recently just learned that people were on there and they were not selling sex. You know, it was created so people just do things like a Facebook and shit. But since it had access to do adult things, women did adult things and shit eventually. You know, that's the myth I heard. Because, you know, you can't believe everything on the internet. But it has evolved into a porn site, and that's all anyone knows it to be. So, you know, you go get your money, girl. And I'm gonna let him continue, because I don't even know what the fuck. How does one woman, Bonnie Blue, is single-handedly ruining OnlyFans for everyone? It's no longer about women empowerment. I thought it was about getting money and having the freedom to retire at 20, 30 and say, fuck you niggas, I do what I want. Ha ha, you gotta go to work and shit. Ha ha ha. I mean, besides, you don't wanna, I don't know what it's about. I ain't on it, but look, this is interesting.
Has OnlyFans ever been about empowerment to men or women?
Nigga, why the fuck I wake up this morning and I go on Twitter because I'm about to go ham on my shit, swing my shit back and forth, left and right, my nigga.
What?
And I look, and it looks like Sophie Rain is beefing with Bonnie Blue. She called Bonnie Blue out. How is a succubus gonna call out another succubus? Y'all are both soul eaters. You called her out for being a thought when you're in the house doing thought shit with other thoughts. Does that make sense? Like that shit don't make no sense at all, gang. How the fuck you gonna call her out? You done did the same shit she did. Now she might be a high tier soul eater, and you're a mid tier soul eater.
Because for you ever see Belly? When DMX and them, they went down south and they started hustling, and then the South niggas said, "Oh, them niggas is slanging real good. I'm gonna have to drop a dime on they ass." That's regular shit. What, y'all ain't never seen hoes fighting other hoes cause they getting more money in the strip club and they get mad and punch her in the fucking face and be like, "Alright, well now them niggas ain't gonna wanna see your ugly ass. You gonna take a couple days off. Oh, Thursday coming up, the money night. Let me get in a fight with her real quick, cause she's nothing I can do. I can't compete with this bitch. She dance better, she look better, and you know, fuck. That's all this time. Enjoy the madness.
But at the end of the day, you
Is this guy subscribed?
okay? And now a new thought is blowing up, and now you mad? Come on. Now trust me, I don't know how Bonnie Blue is blowing up, because who's gooning to Bonnie Blue? Like, have y'all not seen her videos? I try to watch her video, bro. And when
who the fuck are they? That's why I'm glad my father ripped me away from like this internet world and shit a long time ago. I'm glad he made me stop watching TV and all this shit, because now we're years later, and when people name these famous people, I'm like, yo, who the fuck are you? Like, a famous person, some of the newest famous people could walk up to me on the street and be like, you know what I mean? I'm bumping them or something. They'd be like, "You know who the fuck I am?" I'd be like, "No, who are you?" And they'd be like, "Yo, I'm fucking famous." And I'd be like, "You are? Who are you?" And then they whip their phone out and show their famous shit. And I'd be like, "Oh, I heard that song before. Oh, I heard your name before." I didn't know what you look like, though. You know what I mean? Or, "No, I don't know your name." And, "No, I don't know you. No, I never heard your song before. Let me play it for me. I might like it. And then you could be famous to me, too." Like, I love it, yo, because when shit comes up like this, it feels so funny. Like, yo, who they talk about? Especially when it's the worst shit like this. I remember back when I was a regular man, and they talk about succubuses and shit, and you know, because you be doing that shit, you know. I ain't gonna say I don't be, you know, I'm 100% pure or whatever, but I'm not paying I don't have no OnlyFans subscription. Y'all niggas ought to be ashamed of yourselves.
When you zoom into her little shit, it looks like a fucking demogorgon. You mean to tell me you'd rather watch Bonnie Blue than watch Willow Ryder, Tiana Trump, Violet Myers, Emma Magnolia?
In the respect of this guy, he's a young man, so you know, it's these young, you know, that's like me laughing at when I call myself an asshole for having or watching porn when I was younger and shit. Yeah, all the young motherfuckers get sucked into this shit. You know what I mean? So young niggas, you get a pass. You know what I mean? But old niggas, I be looking at old niggas like, yo, bro, really? Like, really? Like, I remember when I first heard, for the first time, how much money the top ones make, and like $100 million or $40-50 million, and I was like, yo, that's crazy, bro. Like, niggas will retire these women and then pop shit on these women, and it's like a weird cycle that literally has been proven will never stop, because they say, you know, this is one of the oldest professions. So, you know, I don't have no plan, no guidance. No, my father said there's things in the world that you can change and there's things you can't. And when you find that things you can't change, don't even dwell on it. You'll destroy your own brain.
Kazumi, my top 5? Come on, bro. But back on topic, this gotta be the most dumbest beef I've ever seen. And it's really one-sided because Bonnie Blue hasn't even responded to her yet.
I take it back. I don't think he's subscribed, okay? He started listing names of OnlyFans? No. Come on. We don't do that around here. Okay.
Hilarious, because OnlyFans was never about women empowerment. The real problem is y'all want to be whores until a real whore pulls up to the party, and now
God damn, this nigga called it out. See, I ain't want to say it like
It's no longer about women empowerment. It's so hilarious because OnlyFriends was never about women empowerment. The real problem is y'all want to be whores until a real whore pulls up to the party, and now y'all really have to get out there and fuck. You got to be a real fucker now in order to make money on OnlyFriends.
That boy cooking. Like, I ain't want to say it like that, but
To this day, you just sit here, you don't know what I'm talking about?
Oh, you motherfuckers. Okay. All right. I'm putting cases on all you bitches.
It's funny, but it's true.
Let's get you some help. Stitch Fix.
Clark has been out with injury, but I don't think all of us were expecting the entire viewership of the entire WNBA to be down. And this tweet from Christine Brennan really stuck out to me. She said one player gets injured and more than half the TV audience for the entire league disappears. Has any other athlete ever had that kind of impact on a sport? Golf without Tiger definitely dropped precipitously on occasion, but not like this. This news is alarming for the league, and it's alarming for the league because this is such a crucial year for the WNBA. At the end of this season, the WNBA will go into CBA negotiations. If negotiations go well, then every single player in the WNBA has a much better chance of making so much more in their next contract. And that's one thing when you start thinking about how many people stopped watching when Caitlin Clark got injured. A lot of people stopped watching because they are boycotting the WNBA. They don't want to give viewership to any other teams or any other players, whether they like other players on the team or not, because of how the media and the league itself has handled Caitlin Clark and how they have treated her fans.
Well, firstly, look, when it comes to the
that doesn't make any sense. Like, you need viewership. The people that support Caitlin Clark would be supporting the basketball then. If they stop watching because she's injured, then she's not going to get paid more money. So you love your champion, but you hate all those other black women that, you know, because they're starting the black and white thing over there in the tranny thing. So, you know, they're trying to get you to watch more. And it's having an opposite effect because the ones that are rallying behind her are like, well, if she's not there, I'm not going to support those black girls. Not realizing, no, you're not supporting her, and you're going to make them not get more money next year. Oh, God. I love hate. I love how hate destroys the enemy, you know, instead of the actual people. Like, women love women so much. Don't even support the things. Then you get into these beefs and then these weird racism things getting into it, and then all this. It's like, yo, just support, or, you know, oh yeah, I wonder why men's basketball be doing what it be doing. You know what I mean? Like when Jordan got injured, or LeBron, or I doubt all his viewers were like, well, LeBron's not fucking playing, so I'm not watching anybody else. Men like basketball. They watch other fucking teams that are their rivals. There are other teams that are not their rivals because they like the sport. We like characters or players individually, but men like basketball. We like football, not just fucking the team. This shit is crazy, and then you complain and say, we want viewership and people should view our shit and do. Like, whatever, man, I don't care.
That she's completed high school, but you don't care about that.
Shit is just baffling backwards.
Don't allow them to do it.
A beautiful little chica working down at the goddamn Foot Locker. Her profile says that she's completed high school, but you don't care about that. Guys don't care about a woman's education, right? That's what you hear. We don't care about a woman's advanced degrees. We don't care about a woman's businesses. We care about how you look, right? Now, you gotta...
That's a lie. Ignorant idiots that don't want to protect their money or their children don't care if a woman's smart or not, because if she's not smart, how's she gonna fucking raise your children? If she's not smart and go with money, she's gonna blow your fucking money. So women, stop believing these high value men that can replace you, and they have all those NDA agreements to sign and prenups and da-da-da-da, so you can't steal anything. They already have your allowance for the couple of years they're going to deal with you. They got that already laid out. And once that allowance goes, you go. Real men, we like smart women because we're trying to raise a fucking family over here. We're not living a movie.
Little baby boy, and she's like, hey, I don't really want to go back down to the Foot Locker. Now, after the birth of your second child, she's definitely not going back to the Foot Locker. Now, here's one of the fundamental truths about family law and family law judges. What these judges want in all cases is stability. Stability. They want the status quo. You want a judge to go out on a limb for you? Good luck. These family law judges want to keep following the tradition that society and that you have established. So I have a question for you. When your wife files for divorce against you, oh yeah, because 70 to 80% of all divorces are filed by women, how do you think a judge is going to look at your divorce case? The judge is going to say, you were supporting all 3 of these kids on your income alone? Well, let's keep that going. And you were supporting your wife for 11 years, paying for all of her bills? Let's keep that going. You got your kids and your wife accustomed to a certain lifestyle, that nice house up in Buckhead? Oh yeah, let's keep that going. You see, these judges want the status quo. They want stability. They want tradition. If you want to place,
they want you to pick a clown chick that thinks that's a come up. I'm gonna divorce this nigga, destroy my family, traumatize my children. A lot of the money's gonna get, the courts are gonna get it anyway, and all the niggas I'm fucking when I leave him. So I'm gonna end up back regular anyway, unless I'm actually working. But he just said a dummy that's not doing that. You see, ladies, we really do like the regulars and the smart ones. That goofy shit he's talking about, that's for the fucking high value man playing retard. And all the other niggas that want to play Russian roulette and shit. They don't want to follow, they don't want women of the Bible that, you know, you get it? Women of the Bible and the laws of God are not uneducated. They're actually educated because it tells you to like get education and shit and learn how to do things, you know? And it has a lot to do with marriage, but none of those rules are followed in the courts of law, but the courts of law say they're based off that Bible. You know? But when God said women don't get the children, the provider does, the protector does, because the world's dangerous. And if a woman wants to get married again, even the Lord said it's easier for you with no children. Why? Because the next man ain't got to raise the next nigga's kids and put extra money into that. That responsible man that you chose or irresponsible man, it doesn't matter. When he makes those babies, they're going with him, and now the irresponsible niggas, you know their life's ruined. They're fucking finished. Their mothers and aunties are gonna be raising that thing, and what would happen? A lot of men wouldn't fuck and get bitches pregnant no more, cause they would have to raise kids, nigga. We're not you. We're not having 5 kids and fucking not learning the lesson of, oh shit, I gotta raise these niggas and deal with all this pressure and this shit. I'm biologically not built for this shit. I'm going crazy. Oh, motherfucker. Weak niggas can't deal with that shit. They would stop running around. But because the law says you can have the babies and you have the tolerance to, you know, keep making these mistakes, you know, you'll keep on trusting niggas. You let this show go on the other foot and these long dick broke niggas gotta literally fucking take care of those kids. No more child support. No, you gotta pay for everything. You get it? You know how many children, like niggas that they would make, men are smart. They would know they're not gonna stop having sex and they would stop having babies. Yous don't even get the game. If you want to have sex, well, have sex. But if you want to have a family, have a baby, and if you don't really want to do it for real, you're just destroying your children in the end. Like, you know, for the harlots, they don't care. Babies are nothing but tools. For women that actually grow out of harlotry and realize, like, wait up, I actually kind of love my kid and shit. And when you play... When you play this game and you do what they say and get half and all this, and yo, I'm telling you, it doesn't always grow, it doesn't end well with the relationship between you and your kid. Because all kids want to see their father. All kids, even if they're a piece of shit, they're still going to love daddy. It's a piece of who they are. They need to learn things from him, hear his voice and whatever the fuck. And when you take that shit away, doing goofy shit, yo, it doesn't end well for you either. It don't end well for us in a way, but if the man's strong enough, he'll just block that shit out and go create a new family. And then you're miserable on the side, and he's living life, and you know, every now and again, birthdays come around, he's hurting, he might cry secretly, but then the rest of the days and shit, you know, he's living life, and you're living fucking mad as fuck, thinking you're still getting tossed around in his house. It's a joke. That bad girl summer, get niggas for money shit, and all that, wedding for 10-year plans. I understand this world's fucked up, y'all gotta do some survival shit, but if at least go about it in a different way. Don't break up the family and all the big bad wolf shit and just get your money and give him his kids and go. You know? When men figure out I got hit with the 10-year plan or whatever, we be mad, but why you think we be like, yo, here, just take that money, don't go extra, please, don't get all the Lloyd, no, just here, I know I'm gonna lose anyway, but please, don't do what you think you're doing, cause I'm gonna get over what you doing to me. The children they're gonna hate me, so they spend their young life hating their father. When they figure out what you did, they're gonna spend their adult life hating their mother. Why the fuck should they spend a lifetime of hating the people they were created from?
Santa Claus during your marriage and support all of these people, then you better have a really big sleigh when your wife files for divorce.
I love the leader, Tiny. His content is absolutely fantastic, and he's spitting so much facts here. And
he be helping dudes out. Thank you for, you know, doing all that law work and then saying, I'm gonna go teach fucking black men the law because I understand that we're dying from a lack of knowledge. So we make stupid ass choices. Oh yeah, the Lord said that. You're doing God's work. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. Because they think it's just these 10 commandments and they're not realizing, no, you need to know marriage laws. You need to know the laws of the land. You need to know these laws so people can't use this shit against you and trick you.
This is something that everyone is struggling with.
No, because I don't want to work in no Asda. Like, I don't want to work in no grocery store. I've never worked in a grocery store before. Why should I work in a grocery store now? Because I can't get the job that I want. Like, it.
Because you can't get the job that you want, you have to take the job that's there. Most people don't like the job they're doing. So, what are you talking about? Like, what? I hope you got a man or somebody, your family taking care of you, because right now you don't understand the point of taking what's there to wait for what's better and working towards it.
It's not making sense. But you know what else is funny? I went downstairs like 2 minutes ago and I saw someone who is kind of in the same situation, and it's just like, huh? But you're like a creative director, like, and wait, what is going on? It's as if should I? Okay, and just for the people who are obviously saying things like, oh, maybe it's the experience, maybe because apparently degrees don't matter anymore, and apparently you don't need a degree to get a job now, you just need experience. Well, let me just tell you something about an experience, all right? I have an extensive list of experience in the field. No, it's crazy, right? No, but for real, especially in the field that I'm applying for, right? But that doesn't help as well, right? It doesn't help as well. So it's giving, sort yourself out, mate. That's what it's giving. And yeah, that's fine. Like, okay, just say that, all right? Don't make us feel like we're included when we're not, all right? Don't make us feel like we have freedom when we don't. Don't make us feel...
Oh, I get it. You're getting your British nigger moment. you're realizing the trick of that that I had to learn a long time ago when they tell you this job requires experience, but to have experience I need the job, and we all start out with not having a job, so therefore you can't get the job because you need experience working at the job, but you're young, so that means you can't have experience, so you need to go get the job, but you need experience on doing the job, not training the job. They're telling you you need 3 years experience, meaning you have to be doing this for 3 years, but you won't hire me because I don't have experience. Oh, you figured out your nigger moment. You finally figured out that loop? That's why you gotta take the shitty job. They're trying to tell you, you're not welcome here, nigger. Go take that fucking mopping job, like, slavery days, and stop acting like this is not what it is. I understand you think you're free. Oh yeah, she just said, well, stop pretending. Oh, she's waking up. I forgot. I thought she was going to go somewhere totally different. This is all live. We're doing this live. So, I thought she was complaining about being lazy or something. She broke the matrix code. The word semantics.
Like, oh yeah, like, just get all these grades and yes, you will get, because you don't.
So yeah, she's implying that it's a race issue, and again,
it ain't gotta be a race issue. It's a favoritism thing. Because if you pay attention to what I just said, it's a loop of bullshit. If I start out 18, then I never had that job. If I need 3 years experience, you gotta hire me for 3 years, but you won't hire me because I don't have 3 years experience. That's called you're getting fucking railroaded. You can call it whatever the fuck you want, nigga.
Your car, give them the keys.
What? Let me back that up.
That you're not going to take a job at Asda, you're not going to take a retail job. Okay, well, you just must not need the money that bad then. You're chilling, you can survive, so.
No, it's, I keep believing this goofy shit, so I keep looking for the loophole and not really trying to figure out what I just said right there. Go get the other jobs, and then you gain experience from that. Then you go get a little college, then you go try to do something else, then you move somewhere else, and you move somewhere else, and you move somewhere else, and you meet people that are not racist, that see you have all these skills, and they say, oh, fuck, I'll hire you.
Keep applying.
In Canada, we are told by the police that if somebody is trying to steal your car, give them the keys.
Oh, shit.
Yes, this is like officially what we are taught, and let me tell you why. Last night, a person was in their home. 6 masked people came to break into their home and steal their vehicle, but the homeowner caught them, and he discharged a firearm out into the street, into the area where they were running.
Dang.
He's going to jail.
What?
He's going to jail. The homeowner is going to jail. Yes, they arrested the kids that tried to steal his car, but it doesn't matter because the police officer specifically said that in Canada, a human life is worth more than a vehicle. So you cannot do that over a car. In Canada, we do not have the right to protect our property.
Yeah, I seen that story. A bunch of kids run up in a black man's house with guns, kicking at his door with loaded pistols. He unloads on the door and hits a couple of them. They run away and die. They lock that black man up for shooting first. As they're violently kicking in his door, he has cameras in his house. He can see them with the guns, kicking his door down. I would have thought I'm about to get assassinated. I would have thought I did something wrong to somebody and they're coming to get me. I'm not letting you go through my door with weaponry. Just break in the car and hotwire the car. Oh yeah, these little niggas don't even know how to hotwire cars no more. They don't even know how to, they gotta shoot you dead to get the keys off you. And then your family can mourn. And say, you know, what? No. A lot of people are just going to go to jail. They're going to blow your kids away. They're going to blow these dudes away. And we're just going to go to jail, unfortunately. Because these people are fucking crazy. They will literally end your life for a car. They'll shoot without even thinking. And they won't go to jail. You know? Or they'll take your life. You could have 40 years left of life. They'll get 5 years. They'll get 5 years for taking 40 years of your life off the earth and all the shit you were provided for all these people in your family. And they're going to get out in 5 years and go take more life.
We only have the right to protect our physical being. And once those kids ran away, you can't do anything. And 100% the homeowner will get more jail time than the attempted vehicle thieves, because you get more jail time for discharging a weapon than trying to steal a car. Now let's see what everyone in the comments has to say about this. How do you guys feel?
Look, shouts out to my audience in Canada. This is some BS, okay? And here's the thing. If I'm living in a...
That's insane. And this is why I keep telling people, and played in the very beginning of my career on YouTube for the second time. I made that thing about 2024, we're in 2025 now, that they passed a law that people have to defend their homes and shit, and that, you know, police can't do certain things like arrest certain people and and it seems like they're already backing down on their, well, that's United States, I forgot, that's Canada. And this is why I tell you, United States people, when they changed that law and said you have to defend your home and shit, they wasn't lying. But we all know that if you attack your aggressors and they get hurt, you get sued in all type shit. You get locked up. So, I don't know. I don't know how to combat against something like that. It just comes down to men saying, well, it's either me or them. And they obviously are gangster super thug killers that they say they are. And I believe you. I believe you're on demon time. I believe you. You know? And what are good men supposed to do? We're supposed to fucking wait and die. And then they go to jail for 3 years and get out. And then they do it again. And they do it again. It's a joke, bro. Like, I don't even know what to fucking tell you people. It's a joke. All love. All praise to the Most High. Next time on Dragon Ball Z, aka GMB TV. My motivational speech to the wolves and ninjas behind me.
Win so damn hard your old enemies send Father. You ever win so damn hard your old enemies send Father's Day cards with burner stamps just in case the feds are watching? That's where you're at now. You didn't just win. You parented the whole damn drama. Raised it, disciplined it, and left it outside with a do not return sign. You're not just a legend. You're the spiritual father and mother of vengeance, redemption, and I told you so energy. They tried to erase you like a typo. What they didn't know is you were the autocorrect baby. And now every time life goes sideways for them, they look up like, is this karma? But no, sweetie, it's you. Dressed in silence, laced in grace, smiling like a deity with petty on the menu. This ain't just Father's Day. It's Founder's Day for the ones who build from betrayal, who raised their pain like a child and taught it manners, discipline, and how to collect interest. You see, when they came for you, they didn't realize they weren't just coming for one person, they were coming for the whole damn bloodline you were about to rebuild in your image. They didn't just disrespect a man or a woman, they disrespected the architect of their future downfall. Now look at them, calling therapists, watching YouTube tarot readings, lighting sage at 3 a.m. whispering, "Please not today." They thought you'd clap back like everyone else.
Welcome back, welcome back. Look at you now. Is it fucking funny now? I don't think it's funny anymore. Are you having fun over there? I don't think you're having fun over there. You're working just as hard as me now. Look at you. Look at you now. Look at you now. Look at you. Look at you now. Look at you now. You're working hard now. It wasn't funny. Didn't I tell you to leave me alone? Throw the towel! 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 Throw the damn towel! No, nigga. No. 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 Nigga. No.
There is no dark side, nor a light side. There is only the Force. I will do what I must to keep the balance. The balance is what keeps me together. There is no good without evil, but evil must not be allowed to flourish. There is passion, yet emotion. Serenity, yet peace. Chaos, yet order. I am the wielder of the flame, the protector of balance. I am the holder of the torch, lighting the way. I am the keeper of the flame, soldier of balance. I am the guardian of balance. I am a gray Jedi.